today's topic is firewalls, and a wall is generally a protection mechanism. We have compound walls in our houses in order to protect the house from unauthorized entries. Our house may be not protected if somebody else comes through, if there is no wall. So generally a wall is a protection mechanism. So in that manner, we have this firewall, which is a protection mechanism for the network. So there are the firewalls has got its own characteristics. There are several types of firewalls, and we can configure the firewalls according to our requirements. Okay, so they protect the network from unauthorized persons or unauthorized users from getting into our network, and it also acts as a filter. Filter means what? It will send only the data packets which are secure, which the firewall thinks it is secure. So it is also one kind of security mechanism. Okay. Now, based on this, the firewalls are trusted systems. Trusted systems means in any network organization, we can have the concept of firewalls so that the data access control can be secure, and there is no kind of Trojan horse viruses which will be coming into our network. So we can defend from the ourselves. Ourselves means the network from the Trojan horse viruses. So that is why most of the organizations go for firewalls as one of the security mechanism. Now, firewalls need not be a physical device. It need not be a physical device. It can be a software entity also. So there are several antivirus softwares or antivirus mechanisms which will act as the firewalls in filtering the data that comes in and that goes out of the network. So this is the primary use or applications of the firewall. So in terms of definition, it is an effective means of protection of network or even a local system, a single standalone system from network-based threats from outside world via the internet or the WAN. So internet, we cannot say it is highly secure. We cannot say at all. Even though we have all these security mechanisms, we cannot say it is, or internet is 100% secure, or your network is 100% secure. We cannot say. We have all these mechanisms, security concepts in order to protect the data, protect the network. Firewalls will protect both the network and the data. So how does the design principle work? How it is designed? So the information systems or the computers undergo steady evolution. That means earlier we had LANs, now we had MANs, WANs, and today it is not like LAN or WAN or everything. Every computer or every system can be connected to internet. It's the very largest network in the world. So we need more security features for our clients or workstations and also the servers. So therefore, we need to go for more security designs. So the firewall is a concept that is available in between the network and the internet. So internet is outside world. So network is our world. In my organization, I have a network and I connect to internet. Internet is outside world. So between that network, internet and our network, we can have this firewall as a security mechanism. Like the compound wall. You have a house, let us assume it is your network, and we have the road. The road is a public transit system. So between the road and the your house, there will be a compound wall that will protect the unauthorized, unwanted people or animals, dogs, etc. in entering into your house. So that is why we have the compound wall. The same way, we have a firewall between the network and the internet. Okay, so that is a primary principle design required for implementing all type of firewalls. Okay. Now, what are the characteristics of firewall? All traffic from inside and outside must compulsorily pass through the firewall. So what is the meaning for that? When a data goes out of your network, or when some data or packets come inside your network, this should be going through the firewall mechanism. Why do we do that? Because the packets will be monitored. The packets will be checked whether it is a virus, or whether it is from unauthorized persons, whether it is an intruder, or whether like that, it will be checked. So that is why we have this concept of placing the firewall between the outside and inside network. Then it only allows the authorized users. We define the authorized users. Here users may be the IP addresses also. We filter certain websites which we do not need. So that can be done in the firewall. So only authorized traffic. Traffic means it may be IP addresses, or even users, or even networks. So that only will be allowed into the network. Okay. So the firewall itself is immune to penetration. So we use trusted system with secure operating system. The operating system also should be secure in nature. Okay. So these are the characteristics as far as design is concerned. Then what are the other characteristics as far as the control is concerned? So we'll take the service control. What do you mean by service? What are the things that can be done by the firewall? That is the service. So as far as the service control is concerned, it determines the types of internet services that can be accessed inside or outside. So that control is kept in the firewall. What type of service? For example, what is a service? As far as internet is concerned, the various type of services are: email is a service, search engine is a service, website is a service. Like that, we have many services in terms of various applications in internet. So that can be controlled. That is the service control. Then coming to the direction control, the firewall determines the direction in which the particular service requests are allowed to flow. What is the meaning for that? So we can have the routing control. What is routing? Routing means directing the incoming or outgoing packets to certain destinations. So that control can be done in the firewall. We can make a setup of the routing, and we can make the directions of all the packets that arrive in the network, in the firewall, to be allowed to flow in a certain direction. So that is what your direction control is. Then user control. So we don't allow an illegitimate user who is always trying to attempt or trying to access our network or the system in a network. We will be, if we monitor, if there are various ways of identifying the illegitimate user or unauthorized users, those persons need not be allowed to get control of the accesses to any kind of service in the network. So we can have a control over the users in a network. Then coming to the behavioral control, it controls how particular services are used. So for example, we want to filter only a particular IP address. Let us assume Facebook. So therefore, it is a behavior control. Somebody may go to Facebook through Google. I'll go to the Google and type Facebook. Facebook has an IP. Sometimes you protect the Facebook with or filter the Facebook means the Facebook can be entered through other means. But behavioral control in the firewall will look through, or will see that it is not getting into that because of this control, which is called as the behavioral control. So these are the 4 controls which are there as far as the characteristics of a firewall is concerned: service control, direction control, user control, and behavior control. Then coming to the types of firewall. What are the types of firewall? Why do you have a type? Based on the need, based on the organization, based on the number of filters, number of things involved in a network, we classify the types of firewall into three. One is called as the packet filtering routers. The other one is called as the application gateways. Then third one is called as the circuit gateways. Okay. Now we will see the packet filtering router. Now we have, you can see the screen. This is one of the basic type of firewall. What is a packet? Packet is a IP packet that comes in the internet to and fro from the workstation to the server, or from the server to the workstation. So you have the network which is private or which is owned by an organization, and we have the internet which is not owned by an organization, which is public. Internet is public network. So in between that private network and the public internet, we place the router. Everybody knows router is a interconnecting device, or device that is used for internet. So therefore we place the router which acts as a filter. Filtering what? Filtering the packets. How does it filter the packet? We set the parameters. The user can set the parameters. What are the parameters? For example, I do not want packets from this particular IP, or the list of IP. So because you know there are several IPs which can be blocked, which needs blocking. So in that way, it will not allow, the packet will not allow any kind of data from that particular IP that is coming from the internet, or vice versa. Basically from internet to private network. This is the first type of network firewall called as the packet filtering router. Okay. So how do we do that? We apply a set of rules to all incoming IP packet and check on that packet. Then only it will be forwarded to the private network or the organization network. After checking, if it is not proper, means it will be discarded. Okay. As I told you, the packet filtering acts in both directions, from the private network to the internet, and from the internet to the private network. Okay. So basically it will work on two policies: either forwarding the packets or discarding the packets. Then what are the advantages? It's very simple to be implemented. That is very transparent to the user. Every user will know, who is working in that organization, that these packets, these data from this particular IP address will not reach to me. For example, if I block the Facebook, I will not get, even though I work in that particular organization within the private network, I will not be able to use the Facebook, because in any way manner, if I enter into the Facebook account, this will not allow you. The firewall will not allow, because it will filter. Okay. Then it is very fast. The transmission of data when you use this type of firewall is very fast. And one thing we have, the disadvantage is it lacks authentication. That means it is not checking whether the user is a legitimate user. It is checking only the packets. Okay. So this is the disadvantage. Okay. Now, what are the types of attacks that can happen in this type of firewall? Is IP address spoofing. Spoofing means just following a particular website address, IP address, and treating it as, and creating your own maybe your own IP address, and entering into the particular network, destination network, in order to gather the data or know the information. Then source routing attacks. From the source itself, the directions will be changed, and it may there's a direction control, So if the packet arrives through a different direction, it is very difficult to identify because it may be a packet that is coming for attacking. Okay, so these are the various kinds of attacks that can happen in this type of firewall. Next one is the application level gateway. So from the name itself, we can know that it filters the applications. What is an application? As I told you, there are various applications in the internet. We have email, we have FTP, we have websites, HTTP, we have search engine, we have telnet. Like that, several kind of applications are there in the internet. So all applications has got its own protocol, either one protocol or more than one protocol. Okay, so this application level gateway firewalls act as a firewall to filter or to protect or to disallow the certain type of applications. For example, if I'm having a firewall of kind of application level means, and if I am not allowing the FTP connections, file transfer protocol is not allowed. So you have the port number for the FTP, and if you specify that, deploy that, what happens? Nobody from the internet, that is from the outside world or from the inside network, we will be able to send or use the FTP because it will not allow this FTP protocol itself to function. This kind of gateways are said to be application level gateways or firewalls, and they are also called as proxy servers. Okay, the other name for application level gateway firewalls are called as proxy servers. Can you all understand? So if I don't want to make use of a telnet, telnet is establishing a remote connection. In this diagram, you can see the inside host. There is a group of computers in a network. One computer needs to establish a connection with any other computer in the world. That means outside network. So they can go for R login, or they can go for telnet to establish a remote connection. So that if you do not allow by making use of the firewall, nobody can use the concept of telnet. So that is a certain application. So that is what the application level gateway is, which is otherwise called as the proxy server. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of this type of firewall, application level gateway? It will be scrutinized to allow only certain applications. So it is very easy for the administrator to log in and audit all the incoming packets that have arrived at the network, and it is more secure than the packet filtering type of firewall. Okay, this kind of advantages we have in this thing, and only disadvantage is additional processing overhead for each connection. Okay, for each type of connection, if you have to connect with the outside world, means we have to mention that this telnet is been you cannot make use of the telnet because it is an application level. We do not allow the telnet connection to be that. That is one processing overhead. Every time you need to specify that. That is the only disadvantage in this type of firewall. And third type of firewall is the circuit level gateway. Okay, so what do you mean by a circuit? Everybody knows what is a circuit. Suppose I want to get a telephone connection. Now I am calling to you, I am calling you, and we are conversing, we can converse with each other. So there will be definitely a circuit which will be established between you and me. If it is a POTS, plain old telephone system, POTS, before getting the before transmission of the message, we establish a connection. For example, I am A and you are B, means we both establish a connection before actual conversation takes place. So that is why we are dialing and you are getting the ringtone, etc. So once you take the phone, what you will do, we start speaking. So there is a establishment of a circuit between the source and destination. So the voice messages will not choose any other direction or change the directions. It will make use of the same circuit for conversation. Okay. Now here what we do is we try to identify a circuit between the outside world, that is internet, and the inside world. Inside world means the local network. And if that circuit is fine, there is no problem, there is no unauthorized persons, or there is no illegitimate user, there is no packet which is coming for destruction, there is no viruses or worms, means this circuit will be identified and will be a secure route. So therefore, identifying or making or finding this kind of thing, where the establishment of a connection with the outside world and filtering based on the circuits, we call it as circuit level gateways. So this will be useful for standalone systems, mostly for a standalone systems, and it performs a specialized function like the application level gateway. After that, after the circuit, we have to again filter an application, means we can go for that. It sets up two TCP connection. TCP connection is a end-to-end connection oriented service. So it performs two kind of TCP connections. Okay. So the gateway, this type of firewall, typically depends or relays the TCP segment from one connection to other without without examining the contents. The contents we do not know. That means it may be a Facebook content or any other unwanted content, means it will not examine it. It will not find out, but it keeps on sending the packets through that particular circuit. Okay. Now an example of this is the SOX package, which will be more secure, and it is one type of circuit level gateway firewall which is there in the most of the organization if they need. Okay. The use of this thing is it will see whether the security function consists of only allowed connections. Okay, only if I want to telephone you or call you, means I should know your number. Then I am dialing. Then connection is established. Then we are speaking. Suppose if I am speaking, I am not the right person. In my name, somebody else speaks, means you will disconnect. No, that type of arrangement is also there in that this type of firewall, which is called as the circuit level gateway. Then we have one more technical word called as the bastion host. Okay, what is that? The bastion host serves as a platform for either the application level or the circuit level gateway firewalls. Okay, what is a platform? The operating system is a platform in which we work. Like that, there is a concept called as bastion host, which will serve as a platform for this application level or the circuit level gateway. Suppose if we have the bastion host, means we will be sure that there is a firewall which is there into prevalence, and the entire network is more secure. A system will be identified by the firewall, and it will be acting as a bastion host and serving in that network in order to protect the entire network. Okay, this is the meaning for the bastion host. How to configure, how to set up, what is the meaning for configuration, how the firewall can be configured. Okay, whether we want to use packet filtering, or we have to use for application gateway, or what type of things we should use, we have to we call it as the configurations. So there are certain types of configuration. The first one is the single home bastion host. Single home means it is otherwise called as screened host firewall system. Screened host means all incoming and outgoing packets will be screened, monitored. Okay, it is almost like a packet filtering router. It will be kept there, and the bastion host, as I told you, it is a system in which the firewall will be applied. So therefore, it will start monitoring, filtering the incoming and outgoing packets. So this type of arrangement, what you see in the screen, where the internet is there, that is outside world, public network, and we have the inside world, or the our local network, where we can have this type of configuration on a single computer, which is called as the bastion host, and the type of firewall as the packet filtering firewall. Okay, this type of firewall consists of, as I told you, packet filtering router and bastion host. Okay, now what is the advantage of this? Only packets from and to the bastion host are allowed to pass. So the bastion host only gets the packet from the internet and sends it to the internal network or the local network. And similarly, it will get the packets from the local network and pass it on to the internet through the bastion host. That is why we call it a single home bastion network. Okay. The bastion host also performs authentication and proxy functions. Okay. Therefore, it is very difficult for an intruder to penetrate into the network, because it filters the packet by the router, and also there is a bastion host coming into force. Okay, so this type of configuration is flexible when you have direct internet connection, when you have a network which is connected to the internet directly. For example, if you maintain a web server in an organization, this type of single homed or screened host firewall system can be configured. Okay. The next type of firewall is the dual homed bastion. Dual homed bastion, also same type of arrangement, but the packet filtering is not completely compromised. Okay. All traffic between the internet and the private network has to flow through the bastion host. Okay, that means we have not only the packet filtering router, but also we have the one computer which is chosen from that network to act as a second home, that is dual homed bastion. So two things will serve for this purpose. One is the packet filtering, as well as in the previous case single homed. It will not what do you call it, it will not make all the traffic to flow through the bastion. It sees only the packets, but in the dual homed bastion host, that is screen host firewall system, which is more secure firewall system, all applications, all kind of things will flow through the bastion host only, all traffic. Okay, that is the difference. Then the third kind of firewall system is the screened subnet firewall system. Now we have one more, we make use of two routers. One is between the internet and the local network, and one is between the bastion host and the local network. So there are two routers in order to check the incoming and outgoing packets which are present in this type of configuration, which is the most secure type of configurations in as far as firewall is concerned. So we have one router between the internet and the bastion host, and we have another router between the private network and the bastion host. So the bastion host is one of the thing where we implement the actual firewall. Okay, there, as I told you, it is more secure out of the three kinds of different configurations. It uses two packet filtering, because we are having two routers. One is inside and another is outside. So it uses two packet filtering routers, and it actually is an what you can call, we can say it is a subnet. That is, between the private network and the bastions, there is a kind of router which is present, which acts as a subnet, a network within the network. So that is a this type of configuration, that is screened subnet firewall system. Okay, the advantages are plenty. Okay, the outside person cannot, not at all, can enter into the local network, and because of the various levels of security, we are having already one router is there, then bastion host is there, then we have the inside router. So we cannot say, we cannot estimate, or we cannot predict any person from the outside world to enter into the because we do not know what is the internal network, because there is a it is like a subnet, so it is not visible to the user itself. Okay, so you understand what is a network. Network will have a IP address will be there, physical address will be there, everything will be configured, and we should know what is the destination. That is very important. In a network, there will be 50 computers, means what is the destination? There only we need to make use of these kind of filtering or firewall systems. Okay, so since there are 3 levels of defense to thwart the intruders, it is very, very difficult for any kind of persons or packets to enter into this particular configuration. That is screened screen subnet. Okay, so that is about the what do you call, the type of that is the major, the broad concept of firewalls as far as your subject is concerned. Okay, do you have any questions? You can ask me.